Greetings, third graders. Hope you are doing well today. We are still talking about area, and we're every day getting a little bit better at area and understanding it a little bit more. Where you've been is that you are able to count unit squares to find the area. Yesterday you kind of saw a relationship between multiplication and area, and today we're going to practice that. We're going to apply that knowledge. Rather than just seeing it, we're going to apply it. So your purpose statement today is written at the top. Today we will learn about the relationship between area and multiplication so that you can solve area problems quickly. I will know you have it when you can write a multiplication number model to represent area. So what this is saying is that there is a problem. It's great that you can count unit squares to find area, but there's two issues. The first issue is that when you get an area that is very large and you're counting unit squares, you might miscount. It would take, first of all, a long time, but you also might miscount. So you'd end up with the wrong area and it would take forever. There's a quicker way, and we should be using that quicker way. The second issue is when I do area in the real world, and I do a lot of area in the real world, not just at my job, but at my house, someone hasn't come and drawn little unit squares for me. They don't exist. So we got to be able to find area without those unit squares, because in the real world you won't have them usually. So we're going to kind of make that connection between multiplication, and then tomorrow I'm going to take those grids away, and you're going to have to find the area without the grids. But don't worry, you're going to be fine. So we're going to look at the first one, that upper left-hand corner. I know a lot of you can find the area. The area, if I count the squares, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 unit squares. I know you know that. But what I'm asking you to see is that it's also an array. And we know that arrays are in multiplication. It is a 2 by 3 array. I know that I can write arrays by 2 by 3. That's a 2 by 3 array, and 2 times 3 equals 6. There are 6 squares in that area. So when you do this, I still expect you have to have that number model there. I need to see that you're connecting it to multiplication, but I also need to see you can still do the labels, because that can be very tricky for third graders. Sometimes they don't always put the correct one, so you're going to still put on it 6 unit squares. And I know it's units because they don't tell me centimeters or yards, they just say it's a unit square, so I'm going to just have to put unit squared. So let's do another example, but let's do maybe this bottom one that has quite a bit. You can see why you wouldn't want to count them. There's kind of a lot there. It's a little overwhelming, but what I do see is that it's an array, and I can solve arrays very easily. It is a 1, sorry, just a second. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, put 5 so I don't forget. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is a 5 by 9 array. When I see that, I can see that there are 5 groups of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 groups of 9. Or 9 groups of 5. I know that 5 times 9 equals 45. So there must be 45 squares there. 45 units squared is my answer. So I need to be able to see this, your number model, but also your answer with your label. The last one I'm going to show you, I'm not doing as really a model. I'm doing it because I don't want you to do it on your own. It's a little bit tricky. I think it's going to be great that you watch my thinking of it, but know that this isn't the expectation. I'm not going to give you one this big yet. This is really just me showing you as an extra. So if you're confused on this last one, that's okay. There's more of a 4th grade feel to it. So for this one, again, I see that it's an array. Area is always an array. Those grids are always there. They're just in, you can't see them if you're finding it in the real world. So those grids are always there. You can always use multiplication to find area. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. You might be seeing the problem. You probably know you need to do 6 times 14, but there's a good chance you don't have 6 times 14 memorized. That's okay. That's why I'm doing it for you. There's no other ones that are this big. My thinking for this is, since I don't have 6 times 14 memorized, I do have 6 times 10 memorized. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to draw a space right here and pretend that I'm splitting it up. I didn't change how many squares are there, I just cut it. 6 by 10, I do know is 60 unit squares, but I still have this space over here left. I know it's 6 down and 4 across. 6 times 4 is 24. 60 plus 24 is 84. So I know 6 times 14 is 84, because that would be kind of breaking them into smaller chunks I can manage, but I didn't change how many squares were there. So I would say it's 84 units squared. Again, that's a really tricky one that I'm not going to give you. There are 5 left to do. Those are going to be ones that you can definitely do. I need to see your multiplication number model, your answer, and your label for those last 5. And feel free to go back and try the ones that I did, because why not? Extra practice. And there's someone there guiding you through it. So let me know if you have questions. Tell an elbow partner. Let's get some help if you're not sure how to do it. Let's fix it, because tomorrow I'm taking those grids away, and we want to make sure that you know you're ready for that. So, all right, good luck, third grade.